So thanks very much for your time, Minnie, today.
That's okay.
So for fans that may have not heard your music or just discovered you, how would you describe yourself musically and how what you play live and some of the songs that you've written over the years, sort of thing?
Well, my music that I write has been described as being quite like dramatic. So it's like it's pop, but with like a hint of like rock and soul as well. And I'm a massive fan of like guitar music. So I do love that sort of be sprinkled on it a little bit as well. I do go out live on my own, like
Yeah,
acoustically just with piano, and I do shows with the band, and they're quite different because when you're doing it on your own, sort of more vulnerable and you can really hear what the songs are about. But I do love to like perform as well, and I get to sort of show
yeah.
that side of me when it's with the band.
So
Um,
what is the band actually called? Because you do a covers band as well, like you go on tour as well, around a few pubs in the local area. Is there an actual name or is
yes,
it just you as
it's just my name. It's just
as
my
is your
name.
name?
So yeah, I mean that's sort of the my full time thing at the moment is that I
Yeah,
do like lots of cover get. I also do like original stuff as well as part of my job, but want to be doing original stuff all
yeah,
of the time if I can, with a couple of covers thrown in. But
of course.
it's just Millie Tamaras. It's just my name, and it's more about the songs I write, and then obviously I love it when I have the band. And as I said, I love people having their moments in the set and stuff. I like sharing the stage with
Yeah.
other people.
And so you mentioned about original music. How's your latest single "Lying" gone down with fans so far? Have you had a good response?
Yeah, I have. I have. I mean, it was a little bit of a slow process because I think everyone struggled sort of after the pandemic. So it's more trying to get everything sustained because I've got so many songs. And I think some of my followers were like, thank goodness it's finally here. Like
Yeah.
because it's just been so long. But I think they really liked it. I did like back in during COVID times, I posted me like the original idea. It was just me on keys. It was so rough, and I was just like, "What do you think?" They were like, "Oh
Oh,
my gosh, absolutely!" And then the guitar riff started creeping in, and then it became the song it is. But yeah, no, I think it's gone down really well. Because uh, quite a few of my things are a little bit like dark, and I wanted that to be a bit more like motivating.
bit upbeat sort of thing as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So yeah, I think it's gone down well. I think it was just a little bit slow with the
Yeah.
with the process of releasing it, but yeah. Did you like it? Is the
Oh yeah, yeah.
question?
No, it was really good. I did give it a good listen. I did really enjoy it. It was different. It was different. It was It's interesting to see the difference between obviously I saw you singing covers, um, and obviously actually original music. So it was nice to see the difference as well in that. So yeah, so having said that, are you likely to be releasing an EP or album later this year?
Probably next year because I've got some shows this year that I'm
Oh,
trying to
okay.
focus on. So there might be single release, but I think next year I'm looking to release an EP.
Yeah.
That'd be ideal. Yeah.
So you mentioned the shows actually. So you've got a couple coming up in London and Southampton. I think the
Yeah.
London one's the Water Rats, and
Yes. Yeah.
Southampton is that. I want to say because I used to live in France. Is it from Papillon? Is that how you pronounce the
Oh
venue?
no. Well, I call it Papillon, but I might just be
Papillon.
very uncultured.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it means butterfly in French. I might be wrong.
It does mean butterfly, yeah, but
Oh, okay.
I can't do the accent. I sound like a prat, so I won't do it. How do you
That's all right.
say it? Uh,
Papillon.
Papillon. Oh, okay,
I think.
okay.
I
Oh
think I'm
gosh,
not sure. I used to play for a football team called the Blue Butterflies. So that's another
oh, amazing.
that's another story. But
All right.
but yeah. But yeah, so you looking forward to playing at these venues and actually trying to discover new fans uh and obviously meeting your current fans as well. So what can fans expect to see at these shows?
Well, so I'm actually from London. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. I mean, it's pretty obvious,
Yeah, I think
isn't
I
it?
saw it in the bio. I can hear it in your accent as well.
Yeah.
So
Um. So I mean, I did a sold out. I've done two sold out shows in London so far. I did I know three. I've done the Half Moon Putney, and then I did the Pizza Express in Holborn. I did that
okay.
twice, but again, it's just been a bit too slow. So I think next year I want the consistency to come in where I've got all these things happening,
Yeah.
not like one thing 1 month and then 7 months down the line I've got something else. I want to keep the consistency, but it looks like that next year will be that year. But I love London, and I'm obviously go visit, but I haven't done a show there for like 2 and a bit years. So
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to go back. And I think there, because I've already got a little bit of a following there. So I'm just looking forward to see them. And I think there might be some people coming from Southampton to London. But
Oh.
the place that I can't apparently pronounce, Papillon, Papillon.
No, yeah.
That's in November,
Yeah.
and there'll be slightly different shows. So the one in London will be the last of its kind to a degree. Won't
Okay.
be dramatic, but it's going to have a little bit of a turn. So I'm looking forward to that one. And that venue has just been built, so I'm going to be one of the first artists to play in it. But it's so cool inside. Like
What
they've
is that
changed it.
in Southampton or?
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
I've
yeah.
never been
And
like because I've obviously I've been to quite a few venues in Southampton.
yeah,
I like to think I've been to majority of them, but I've never heard about what when you told me a few weeks back, I was like, oh, I've never heard of that. So be interested to check it out. I'll
they've
definitely
converted it.
yeah.
It's right near the station. It's right near the station.
I'm
So
right
if
near the
anyone
train
from
station.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's
literally
ideal. Then.
right.
Oh, that'd be right.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd
You're
be brilliant.
Eastleigh, aren't you? Are you
Yeah, yeah,
Eastleigh?
that's it. Easter, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So right near
yeah,
the airport, so it's not too bad.
yeah.
About a
But
7
yeah,
minute
no.
journey. So yeah, I'll definitely make that. So definitely looking forward to and I'm sure we can review your gig on that night as well.
Oh,
Be
amazing! No,
awesome.
that'd be great if you can come along.
No, sweet. I'll try and get some friends as well.
Oh,
if I could find any.
well, that will be the biggest venue I've headlined because I've
Yeah,
played at the Brook and stuff, but I was a support act. But
yeah.
this one's like 400,
Oh,
so
amazing.
I'm trying to do,
So
I
it's,
don't.
it's slightly bigger than the joiners then. I would
Yes,
say. So
yeah,
joiners is around 250, 300, isn't it? I
yeah,
think.
yeah.
Well, that'd be
And
pretty.
I'm really thankful for that though because I've only been here 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like I say, due to everything that's happened, it's been a little bit stilted. But like I did a headline at Heartbreakers, and that
Okay. Yeah.
sold out. So I was so happy. Yeah, and it's just like building from there, really.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
yeah.
So you mentioned about playing more music next year. Is there any like, or potentially this year, is there any festivals that you're interested in performing at, maybe in the near future?
So this year I'm doing so I did Wickham and I'm doing
Oh,
Victorious, which I'm really excited about.
oh, amazing.
Um,
Actually going to Victoria's. What day are you playing on that
I'm
one?
playing on the Saturday.
Oh, okay. Have you got a set time at all? Or
It's quite an early one because I've got another festival later in the day.
oh,
So
amazing.
so I'm 11:45. I'm on Victorious, and then I'm at the main stage at Big Bikers Bash
Oh, okay.
in the evening, and I went on along as an acoustic artist last year,
Yeah.
and there was so many people. I was like, "Please, can I come back with my band?" And he was like, "Yeah, all right,
Oh,
that'll
that'd
be
be
fun."
amazing.
But yeah, so you're going on Saturday.
I am, yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not 100% sure. I think I booked a train for like 12 o'clock to go there. So I may have to miss that set, unfortunately.
So
Uh,
I'll see you at my headline. That's all right. Yeah,
that's all right. I'll have a listen out to see how the set goes. I'll ask around anyway, and yeah,
do.
keep me updated as well. And I think like playing the likes of Victoria's Festival, I think it's kind of like a festival that gives up and coming artists a little chance, and because there's so many stages there, isn't there, as well?
Yeah.
So is that something you prefer doing, like going to like these festivals, or and then finding new fans, or do you prefer, or is it just completely different feeling really?
Well, I mean, I think it's good. You have to look after the people that supported you. But
Yeah.
I love the whole feel of a festival. I love that, my shoes are ruined from Wickham.
Yeah.
I love that people like will traipse through the mud to go and catch someone that they love. Like
Yeah.
or try and find new people that they connect with musically.
Yeah.
I try, because obviously with some festivals there's stages where it's cover bands, and although that's amazing, that's not what I want to do. I love to sneak in a bit Led Zeppelin or whatever. I love that, but
Yeah.
I see a festival as somewhere that's original, like music.
Yeah.
So I'd rather be on a smaller stage, but being myself and do
That
my own stuff,
yeah,
rather
that makes
than
sense.
just
Yeah.
get a stage that's just sort of an hour of covers, which is great. But it's not what I want to
It,
do. I'm 35 now, and I want to like do the thing I want to do. It's
oh,
time.
well, you don't look 35. You
Oh,
look like
thank you.
I
Thanks.
want to put you down in your 20s. So
Thank you. We're gonna get on just fine. Thanks.
so so yeah, just thinking about actually Wickham as well, and probably ties into another question really, is with Wickham Festival, do you think like the age range, because it's quite for your music, would you say your music is quite for a little bit for everyone, like whether it's like, because obviously the Wickham tends to get a few older, the older sort of generation as well, so it almost Victoria's more like the younger, I would say, maybe.
Yeah. So it's really weird. So when I do covers, um, people tend to, because I naturally love things like Aretha Franklin and
Yeah.
uh, like Led Zeppelin. But the thing is, I don't actually write like that. I perform and sing a bit in that sort of way,
Yeah.
um, where what like I've been described as having. I'm not saying this. This is just what other people have said. Like the sort of I can sometimes have like powerful vocals, and I'm like I perform quite a lot, but
Yeah.
actually I write quite vulnerable songs. So I think something I want to explore, and this is the thing, like I wouldn't get rid of anything I've written or done. It's all
No.
about like the journey. So I want to just keep exploring that side of
Yeah.
of me. Because I wouldn't put myself down as soul at all. But like I went on Voice FM and they're like, you're like rock soul. I was like, oh right, all right. So
Let's take that then.
but I don't write like that as of yet. So it's sort of
Yeah.
trying to still be myself. It's so important to do that, because if you start doing what other people want you to do, I think it can all get a little bit, a little bit
Yeah, that's it.
messy with the but
And it's always good as well, like for music, I think when you bring out songs, it's always about adapting, I think, a bit. And it's
yes,
important also to keep what you want to do yourself, I think. Because at
yeah,
the end of the day, you're doing it as a profession, as you say, and it's something you want to be, passionate about. Otherwise, if there's no passion, I'm pretty sure you start to struggle, sort of singing and getting that creative sort of energy to even write a song, really. So yeah.
absolutely. I mean, but I've it's been quite varied, the amount of people that come to. I thought it would be more like teenagers, but it's
Yeah.
not. It's like people
No,
of
it's not.
all ages, which is really lovely, because is it or the things I talk about in my songs are for everyone, and I think
Yeah.
everyone can relate to the things I'm writing about. Whether they like me or not, it's another thing. But they're things that I'm sure everyone
No.
can relate to in one way or another. So
Yeah.
I've been quite lucky with that.
No, awesome. And just one last question. Thanks very much for your time today. I
That's
really
all right.
appreciate it. If you could work with any artist on a new song, who would it be and why?
Oh my gosh.
So it's a bit of an on the spot question. Okay.
I mean, so Stevie Wonder's my favourite, but I think
Oh,
he's
yeah.
on a league of his own that no what I'd probably just cry and want to be able to concentrate.
Yeah.
Um I really love Beth Hart.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
know if you know that is. She's like,
I've heard the name. I just probably well, you can tell me all about her if you like.
well, she did like an album but
Yeah.
it was like Led Zeppelin covers, but it's her versions.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So like she's just so gritty and she's been through so much
Yeah.
that I'd love to get together with her and write something.
Oh,
And
amazing.
she's awesome, and she's sort of an underground,
Yeah.
like she's not mainstream. So that
But
I quite like that sort
she's
of
well known
music.
around the sort of industry sort of thing.
Yeah, so yeah.
Oh, amazing. All right. All right. Thanks very much. Have you got anything else to say, or if you
Who's some of your favorite artists? Like name three top.
I would say probably on the spot, I would say probably Neck Deep, uh Youngblood, Green Day.
Oh,
But
cool.
then I've got a 21. Oh, I Enter Shikari as well. I've got like some tattoos from them.
Oh, nice. Any female artists though?
Yeah, so look, I mean, looking at female artists, I really like Gowly, which is actually one of my favorite artists. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
not sure if you heard of
okay.
her.
I
Um,
haven't. No, I'm gonna have to look them up though.
yeah,
How'd you say the
obviously
name?
Gowly, so it's Girly, I believe.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right.
So it's really cool. But yeah, there's a lot of feel. Obviously, like Paramore is like the generic one everyone goes
I
for.
knew you were gonna say that. Yeah, but I mean, they're awesome.
They are
Hayley
awesome.
Williams
Yeah,
is amazing.
that's
Yeah,
it. But yeah, there's a few. I think you put me on the spot now, but
I have a bit, haven't I? Isn't that mean?